Welcome back. Now, the Sarah Everard case has highlighted the lack of faith many women have in the protection they receive from the law. That confidence is likely to have been further dented by the policing of last night's vigil, which was in stark contrast to the more pragmatic approach taken during Black Lives Matter protests in the summer. Now, Sky's Becky Cottrell has been speaking to some of the women who went to Clapham yesterday.
This space is sacred to those mourning Sarah Everard. Rather than stay at home, they came here to feel closer to Sarah. And they're protective of this place after scenes like this during what was otherwise a peaceful vigil. Some of those who were there returning to reflect on the way the police behaved.
I think it's sad that something that could have been really beautiful and peaceful and respectful was allowed to turn into this violent kind of mess that didn't help anyone and was completely unnecessary.
When they left, it became what it should have been all along. There was just such a lot of sadness and a desire to be here together.
Gracie Bradley says she was singled out of the crowd by one police officer.
That's the closest a stranger has stood to me since the pandemic started last year. There is nobody in my life who shouts at me or speaks to me like that police officer spoke to me. Women were here to express the fact that we don't feel safe in public space. And what the police chose to do was disrupt that collective mourning, and they chose to make us feel unsafe in public space. So I was really disappointed and I was really quite angry.
You can feel that anger here. It's silent but strong.
There's been a constant stream of people here coming together to pay their respects to Sarah Everard. And some that I've spoken to have said they came down because they saw those videos of people being arrested. And they feel it's their right to be together and grieve collectively.
Emmeline Wraith lives nearby and supports those who attended the vigil.
I emailed them yesterday morning to say to them they needed to stand by us to give us back some safety and security, and that we needed a chance as a collective to grieve, and especially as women we needed that, and they took away our fundamental civil rights to be able to grieve together.
Although the event was officially cancelled after the police cited lockdown restrictions, the campaign group that originally organised it knew thousands were likely to show up.
We did all of this stuff and worked with the council to make sure we were absolutely safe, and they wouldn't let us do it. So by not being able to be there, and by not having the infrastructure, by not having the instructions and the stewards, you're inviting what happened last night.
The police wanted to deliver a forceful message to those breaking the rules on mass gatherings. That message was definitely heard, but it's had the opposite effect. Having a physical place to mourn Sarah Everard seems to be a comfort to many of those who feel so deeply affected by her death. Becky Cottrell, Sky News, South London.
Well, let's get some analysis now on what happened